on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. It ain't over for me. It ain't over for me. The market crashed on me, but that's not my last, homie. Only one logical thing to do. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip, by the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. By the dip, 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 by the dip. Don't trip. Sour cream and onion dip. Scoop it with some ruffle chips. Sink 'em like Titanic ship. Bartender, here's a tip. Crypto face is the truth. He can even show you proof. This is market cipher school. Rory made you say, ooh, wish I had one too. Making plays on Tradingview. Waiting on a blue triangle. I just call it Blues Clue. Portfolio diversified. Keep my balance classified. Scared to look, you terrified. But when you did, you almost died. It's all good before you went to sleep. Woke up to a surprise. Couldn't believe your eyes. What the hell did your money go? You like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Bitcoin dumping in my sleep. Woke up to a market sweep. That's the reason I don't sleep. Keep my eyes on the prize. Bought some Hex and Cardano. Fear of missing out. FOMO, that's a no-no. Yeah, I know, bro, but I still do the shit. I'm just trying to hit a lick, so I think I just might buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip, buy the dip. Get my chips and dip. Hot on coins and watch me flip. In and out, I'm stacking pips. Market looking bearish. Buy the dip, 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 buy the dip. Don't trip. The market crashed on me, but it's not my ass, homie. Time to rise up out the flames like a motherfucking phoenix, flying high in the sky. And I motherfucking mean it. Put it all on the house. I can't help it cause I'm greedy. Got a family, gotta feed it. All my followers, man, they need me. We can all get rich together. Talk about financial freedom. BGC.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Happy March to everyone. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. Let's get it. See all systems go. We look good. Happy new month, and let's see. March Madness, man. March Madness. Let's go. March Madness. Let's see what we got going, what we got cooking, and take it from there. New week. And yeah, hope you all well. Hope you all had a good weekend. Yesterday I was busy, slept the day before, full day. Tried to get rid of this flu. Coming and going, it's annoying. But I blame other people from bringing it here. Dirty peasants. Dirty peasants, we'll call them. But in saying that, NFP week, let's have a look what we got going on the calendar here. Start the calendar off here. Let's refresh this. I want fresh calendar. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Fresh calendar. Today we have some PMI a little bit later. Clean for London. Tomorrow, this is a big one. We have Udir speaking at 6:15 p.m. Thank God they put a time. Makes it really, really, really good. Finally, they put a time, not tentative, which is really annoying because it normally happens during London. So at least this doesn't happen during London. And we're seeing it at a special time. But I expect probably GJ to stay in the range till he speaks. Now, this is going to resolve this week's webinar. All my guys in the exclusive, if you haven't watched this week's webinar, very lazy. I mean, if you were busy, it's fine. But definitely watch it. There is a good recap on there about the month's trades. And but he's going to speak at that time. Don't trust those guys. Who knows, man? They probably change it 6:15 a.m. man, you know. 6:15 a.m. he comes. But we're gonna see what happens. Basically give us some guidance into, are we gonna see, we'll speak about it tomorrow, but are we gonna see them speak about increasing rates for the JPY? We see some yen strength come. GJ will end up going down here, but unfortunately we're still stuck in the same range. So if we start off from daily candle here, we can see that daily candle is closing somewhat bullish here. Nice liquidity grab to the lows, but on 4 hour it's a little bit complex. Monthly candle did end up closing bearish here below the range, retesting previous range. Weekly candle closing bullish here, respecting support. So it's all contradicting. Monthly is closing bearish, so we could see top wick form, yen strength come in, boom, start to flip that monthly. We find ourselves down at the 184s, right? In terms of daily time frame here, yeah, it's showing a strong support candle here, but when we look at 4 hour, we're still stuck in that stupid range. So we need to get out of it. It needs to either pick to go outside from the top of the range or down from the bottom of the range here. Even the top of the range here, every single time has grabbed liquidity just to go down. Like, there's been no time that we've had continuation. So we're gonna mark up some 4 hour supports here that I want to mark. I'm gonna clone this one here, bring this to here. So today is mixed bias. Let's see what we got on lower time frame. Lower time frame, 1 hour is forming something like that. It's kind of a range on the 30 and 15 here. So with mixed bias, I mean, I don't like buying the top of the range here, but I mean, buys above here do look like, you know, they're okay, and probably sells would be below this 15 here. Below this 15 here is where I think sells would make sense, because we need to get below the 4 hour as well. If we stay in this range, I think it's pretty useless. Pretty useless inside of this range. What type of range do we have here? This is about a 22 pip range. I mean, it's not bad. If we get a clean close, it might be an option. I just fear buying the top of the range here. It's just been super unprofitable. Like, every time we kind of fail at these tops here. Like, if we are bottom of the range looking for buys, I prefer that. You know, so we're gonna see what ends up happening. For the sells though, I do feel like I do want to see it get below, all the way below 229. But let's have a look at gold here. On the other hand, Trump has said some stuff with about crypto. He's pushing that, kind of buoyant in the markets, and of course over the weekend. So we've opened up on a gap here towards the upside. Gap has been filled already. So we're gonna see how this gap has impacted price. Looking at monthly time frame here, monthly time frame has closed bullish, but with a long rejection wick. Weekly time frame is closing bearish, and a very strong weekly bearish close. Again, on the webinar I went more into depth, so be sure you guys watch that in the exclusive, please. It's important to understand the kind of monthly analysis as well, right? It's going to set you up, explaining how this weekly, explaining a little bit about fundamentals as well as we go into more details. Look at this daily candle closes above the resistance here. I talked about the opportunity to see this pullback happen, so we kind of did the pullback on a gap. We have created resistance now, technically, with previous daily closing bearish. and these previous 4 hours closing bearish. It is a bearish buy session here. I just wonder if this bounce is going to continue playing up, because it's kind of like we opened on a gap up and then pre-session we started to fill that gap. So is the reason why we're closing the 4 hours bearish because we filled the gap? If there was never a gap up, would we have just seen price close bullish before the session? So we kind of have to think about it two ways like that. Now, in terms of buys, right, if that was to happen, there's not really too much clean range until realistically above 77s here. Just going to work down the time frames, bring back some drawings here, start to mark up 4 hour supports here as well. So we can put that there, 4 hour support. Let's go work down on the 1 hour time frame what we got. I wonder if this daily support is going to be relevant or not. It is the previous daily support, we wick through it. Gonna see. Yes, gap makes it interesting, you know, gap makes it interesting. We're gonna see how it ends up closing below here, maybe potentially for sales. This is 22 pips. Now we are technically bearish bias here. I have no gap on my chart, yeah, because your chart filled the gap. I want to see how the gap looks on my broker, actually. Yeah, my broker doesn't have a gap, interesting. It does have a small gap, but not a full gap. It has like a news open up, but it has filled it with candles. Yeah, this is interesting price action. Selling lows is not going to work here. I know that this is like a trap. Every time we've closed on a new low, retrace, new low, retrace, new low, retrace, new low, retrace. So I want to sell that retracement. We need more price action here. We need more price action to see, because selling a new low, boom, we can see a retrace. You know, we can see a retrace. So I have a look at DAX here as well. So be careful selling though. I think we need to get a candle below 4 hour support before considering sells. If this wants to reverse from here, I want to see kind of a second change of structure. Second change of structure, then we can look for that kind of buys as well. If we just range in here, I'm not going to touch it. If I'm just going to range in this sideways action here, we're going to see once we start to leave these lows how price forms. And then we're going to take it from there. So looking at DAX here, DAX also opened up on a gap. I want to see how this gap looks on my broker. And we can translate it to these charts. Is it filled is the question. We're not fully filled. Where are we not filled to? About 26 points. So from here to here is a gap. From here to here is a gap. So that's a gap there. Let's go ahead now that we've distinguished where the gap is. Let's go and see. From the monthly, so still strong close on the monthly time frame, no bottom wick here. I do expect during this month potentially to be a bottom wick. There is a high chance for that happening. Looking at weekly time frame, same story. Good weekly close above, but no bottom wick just yet. Daily, same story. We're having a support here. We're at daily resistance. So we're gonna bring the daily resistance into this equation here. We're gonna bring the next daily resistance as well. We're also going to look at the 4 hour here. We're going to bring in the 4 hour resistance here. So we are bullish bias. Previous 4 hour close bullish. Previous daily close bullish. Issue is I don't like this gap here. I don't like how close we are to the 4 hour resistance. I wish it just went and filled the gap, would make our lives easier. But to look for sells today with daily closing bullish and 4 hour closing bullish, not going to be the easiest thing to look for sells. It would be easier to look for buys probability wise. Nice clean range here though we have. The question is, it's just a question of, is price going to fake out today to fill the gap. Because the buys are pretty simple, man. The buys is very, very simple here. Back to 4-hour resistance. My gap on broker is 95 points. Damn, from where to where though? I know your gap might be, but we filled most of it. This pullback here filled some of it. You know? Do you look at peso? No, I don't. 501 to 596. 501. You gap from down here to here. Sheesh. Yeah, it's just going to be one of those weird things. With that being said, that might be something that says that there are different broker feeds, so maybe we don't fill it as easy. I don't know. We'll have to see. Frankfurt open in about 10 minutes. I want to see Frankfurt open for sure. Clean range to here. We have a previous 1 hour that I think would be a respectable watch zone. Potentially could have issues there. 30-minute is creating structure right now. 15-minute creating structure. I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback here would be great. Not that deep, but maybe just to retest somewhere here and then a close above. Simple setup 1, continuation to here. See what happens here. Again, the only threat is price just fails today and goes and fills this area here. You know, that's the only threat we have today. So it would reduce probabilities. So you just have to accept that. If you want to be a super safe trader, you're just going to avoid this whole situation and wait for maybe tomorrow or New York session. Well, not really on DAX, probably tomorrow on DAX to see something a little bit clearer where you don't have that confusion. But if you have, you know, good month last month, you have profits to play with per se, then you can give these a shot. Because 1% is 1%, because there's still opportunity. It just reduces probabilities, right? It's just going to be one factor. But of course, you know, sometimes how the market works is that one factor that is there that you break is the one that causes you to lose. So you always have to be prepared for that. Doesn't mean that you can't take opportunities. Opportunity is an opportunity, but you have to be prepared. Like, you can't complain. Like, I will sign a deal right now to say if I take this trade and then it goes down to fill the gap and I lose, then I'm not going to sit here pissed. Like, I'm just going to be like, okay, I tried that. It wanted to fill the gap. I knew that was an option, but obviously I wasn't expecting it, because if I was expecting it, then I wouldn't have taken the trade. You know, I still think like with more confirmations, it should be a lesser probability, but we'll have to see how price action forms here. The good thing is, normally if we get some volume in here, we should be able to push up to target 1. So even if it wants to push out, even if it wants to push up here, what can we see? We can see that liquidity grab come down to fail, but by the time it's pushed there, you're in a position where you can make a decision. And then adjust from there. So this is going to be interesting to see, you know, how that ends up forming, and we should see. With all the news this week, I think the gaps will be filled. Yeah, they normally are. But the interesting thing is each broker is drastically different. You have a 90 pip gap. I have a 26 point gap. Someone has no gap. So it's all different scenarios. So this is the plan I have for now. Let's see what ends up forming on the charts. We are pulling back now, and we take it from there. So looking forward to see what we have, and yeah, that's the analysis for the week here, for the month, and we're going to see what ends up happening. Big gap in EU as well. Idea about gap fill. Haven't looked at EU myself, man, so I can't tell you right now, but I'll have to look at it and see. I have to start from monthly myself. See the monthly, see the weekly as well, closing bearish. We see the daily as well, closing bearish. 4-hour closing bearish as well. Yeah, with this bearish bias you have here, could definitely fill the gap sooner. So nice thing is that you're looking for sells, so could just take a simple either setup 2s to go and fill this range. I would say if you're going to take a sell, needs to be below this previous range. You see where we tapped here twice, tick tick? That's where we want to look for sells below that one. and then you can look for the fill here. That's how that gap sells would work. Is sells valid on GU? You should be telling me. What do you think, Alex? Do you think sells are valid on GU based on the process we use? Yes? All right, let's double check. Let's double check. So what are we working with? Bearish. Yes, so where would you sell? Waiting for structure. All right, valid. Structure, then what? Then what will you do after you have structure? Last time DAX had a gap, it rejected heavily, price came back down. It did, yes, it did. The whole week, then set up one hopefully. Perfect. Good job. Like the plan. It did, it did. So we're gonna see though, we're gonna see. It's a little bit different, I would say, this type of gap. Who knows? Both ways here, I need to wait 6 minutes to Frankfurt open. What is this? That's what we rejected now, so a trade based on 5 minutes would have to be above here. Using the 1 hour's watch. Today is a gap day. We called today mind the gap. Will you only lose 5 minutes at DAX if you have 15-minute confirmation first? No. The 5 minutes on DAX is like a 15-minute. The 15 minutes is like a 30-minute. From last week, the markets are slow. Why? Yeah, end of month, you know, that kind of it wasn't slow, it was impulsive. It wasn't slow, it was impulsive. There was definitely heavy moves, but it was just impulsive. So use 15 LTA or 5 minutes or 5 minutes. Well, you would reverse the question. You would reverse the question to, would you use a 30-minute LTA and a 15-minute trade? Just because you never mark up 5 minutes, that's not true. I do mark up 5 minutes. Just now, actually just now I marked up 5 minutes. This line, just now I went and checked 5 minutes. Just now. So 5 minute trade is based all on 5 minutes, right? Resistance, support, close above, all should be based. Of course, you shouldn't be buying into 15-minute resistance, etc., etc. All that stuff. Do you guys see what happened? Yes. So it would be the same, man. It would be imagine you're taking a trade on the 15. All same rules. Nothing magical happens on the 5. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. You're trading on the 5 as confirmation. You need a 5 close above. You need to target a 5 level. All the same. If you close above the 15, but there's a 5-minute resistance there, invalid. That's like taking a 15-minute at resistance. Exactly the same. Sweet. So I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Appreciate you all joining up on a Monday here. Let's get it, guys. Leave a like on the stream. How much of us? 300 of us in here. Get the likes up to 150. And let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Thanks for making me. How can I make you ill through a computer? You made me ill, bro. You got ill first. So this is the pullback we wanted. Getting pullback. Holy shit. What are they cutting outside, man? They fucking cutting the whole tree down or what? Shit, man. full systems working outside. Full man's on the lawnmower, another guy on the machine. Full systems. Today the full systems go. Bulldozer and garden? Seems like it, bro. We can't hear it? Okay, good. Good. I thought you can because it's freaking loud. Seems like there's some sort of mask going on. One hour looks like it's gonna close bullish here on gold. And I wonder, DAX, I think 1 hour looks like, what is it gonna close? Bearish. Almost bearish, we're gonna see. Now, crypto news this morning, what, Trump tweeting about the altcoin season? Yeah, he's pumping price, bro, he's pumping price. Right to my 95 key level here. We can look at Bitcoin analysis here, very interesting retracement here. Check this weekly candle, guys. Remember what I said about the weekly candle? What a weekly candle. I'm going in at Solana. You're late to Solana, bro. You're late. You should have bought on that dip if you were going to buy. Dollar cost average in. But holy crap. Holy crap. You know? Check this shit out. Look how this weekly candle closed, man. That's what's insane. That's what's insane is how this weekly candle closed. I mean, that tells it all. That tells it all. That tells it all. Because weekly candle, for some reason, still respecting support. So that's what price action says. So as much as we dump below here, now I do believe that we're not over. This could simply be a lower high here. But realistically, there's a chance now with this weekly candle. It's not doom and gloom. We can start pumping, but I do believe we need to form some structure. We can see retest back into the 85 level here. At least retest back into around the 89, 90 levels here. 89, 90 levels here. We can see some retests into that level there. And yeah, that's how it is. I bought some at 79. Yeah, we spoke about that 79 bounce zone. Potential to bounce at 79. Did bounce at there, but the bounce ended up pumping by Trump, so ended up to a nice reversal there. So this is nice. It's good to see. So yeah, that's what I expect, man. Maybe a small pullback. I don't know if this pump is good. It's not healthy pump. It's caused by news, so probably does come back to minimum here, 89's minimum. Before we see if it can put a higher low. Then we check if it can put a higher low. No higher low formed there. Yeah, we come back down. We probably could even potentially extend this low if this gets faded out, you know. But the only thing that is somewhat hopeful for bulls right now is that weekly candle close. Back inside the range, you know. Now, the very interesting thing. Okay. This is what I was gonna just speak about, how the monthly candle closed, top wick for monthly candle. But the interesting thing is, I wonder if this is going to be the liquidity event. Remember, every single year I spoke about the liquidity event. Let me go bring this chart. This is the only hopeful case, and we're gonna find this out soon, because every single time it has done this. Where the hell is my drawings? There it is. Every event we've had has had some sort of liquidity event. Look, liquidity event. And after all of these events, we've gone into a bull run, right? Liquidity event here, bull run. And then before that, it's too early, 2010. Too early to check, but liquidity event, bull run, liquidity event. So we form a low, consolidation, liquidity below that low, boom. Even this, this is very similar to what we have now. We formed a consolidation range. We did a big liquidity event. We started the whole bull run there. Now, we formed a consolidation range. I know it's on a smaller scale, but so will this bull run be on a smaller scale, right? We probably will not get a push of 500%. It's probably going to be halved, right? And we can calculate it here by seeing what type of pullback we're going to get. I mean, not pullback, but continuation we're going to get. But from all-time high here, you know, 200% would be 200K, let's say. Makes sense as a max bull run, and that would be an insane target. 200K, it would be very impressive. So the only way we're gonna know if this is gonna be the liquidity event, because back here, oops, even back here, if we look at when this liquidity event happened, look how the monthly also closed bearish, right? Monthly also closed bearish here. Wasn't breaking structure though, which is the only thing that's making me somewhat hesitant about this, but it will almost always, you know, be slightly I mean, on monthly we still look healthy, even if price, I mean, if price comes back into 70s here, it's just healthy long term, you know. So realistically here, if this becomes a liquidity event, we don't need to make a lower high. So it's all going to be dependent on this lower high. Lower high fails, that's it, game over, right? We saw the last liquidity event. Look how the reaction is very fast. Go see the last liquidity again. Reaction very fast. We normally do a big dump, consolidation, pump. So what would we need to see? We need to see some sort of consolidation. It's possible, just something I'm throwing out at the window here, but we're gonna see. If we just start consolidating here, that looks pretty bullish. We start to break down further, yeah, we're gonna go back into the 70s, which would be the next bounce zone. You know, we probably then come back to previous 2021 all-time highs at 65K. We take it from there bit by bit. So we're gonna see how this forms, and then we're gonna, that's basically the analysis on Bitcoin here. So you need to keep an eye. Let's see how DAX is closed here. 15-minute close, strong bearish. Next 15-minute breaking the low. This is somewhat good for us. Today another play would be buying the gap, man. Buying from the gap fill, and then we look to buy back up. So I quite like that idea as well. But yeah, leave a like on the stream for that analysis. Come on, man, free value like that. And yeah, let's do it. So we'll see. We're gonna see about DAX here. Now the only thing I'm a little bit scared doing, this one I'm a bit more scared, but scared money don't make no money, but this probably won't make you money. Who knows? It's a little bit risky. Would be if we close back inside of the range. It would be nice for a buy. I would take that. But the problem is that I feel like that could be the lower high to go fill the gap, because it's already showing me rejection. Compared to something continuation, if you're continuing, you just have to buy the top and then it goes and fills the gap. You know, just be unlucky. Like, it just be like, okay, that's the time it went down, you know. But when you're buying here, anytime it pulls back and does this type of rejection, you have the chance for it to go and be the time it fills the gap. But the nice thing here is if we can go fill the gap, there'll be good buys from here, man. Bullish buys today. That'd be pretty juicy, man. I would love that. Attempt runners as well. Won't you consider target tapped at daily for the risky play? Definitely, but I'm starting to buy above daily, you know what I mean? Oh, the risky play. Yeah, definitely. That's why I said, you know, scared money don't make no money, but this one probably won't make money because you buy back into daily. But if I'm buying from the gap, I have so much room to daily. You'd expect gap fill at least a bounce. I've seen almost a lot of the time when we fill the gap, there's a bounce. If you remember this gap we were filling down here, really bounced a hell of a lot of times, you see? Lot of bounces from, and we're not fully filled this gap, guys. So people who say gaps need to be fully filled, no, they don't, right? This gap is not fully filled here. This is still open gap. It's still an open gap here we have. This is still an open gap, but my point is, look at the reactions we had. So I'd expect maybe some sort of at least bounce, and we could see what happens from there. But definitely gonna see if the plans match my plan here. See Maury's plan. Structure for buys here. Bit tough on GJ in the range, man, to look right in here, because you're going to be buying into this. Here would be better. Only buys. Yeah, but we're bearish buys today as well, right? So I don't think buys would... Actually, no, we're not bearish. Are we bearish buys on GJ? Let me double check. I'm getting confused with gold. Previous daily bullish, previous 4-hour bearish. So we're mixed buys. We're mixed buys, yeah. So I won't only look for buys. This would be my selling zone here. Sells below here. I prefer below that 4-hour support. Also key level here, 60. You'll sell into here and get rejected, you know? Oh, you meant sells. Okay, that makes sense then. But here, be careful. I won't sell into 60. Bit of a risk for me. Selling into 60. More PA, yeah. This new Discord update is annoying. Doesn't pop up like it used to. Sells below with structure. Again, below 60, I'd want to watch, man. Below 60. Yeah, tough, man. Tough. If you're going to look for the breakout, you probably take buy. Oh, yeah, you wrote buy option there. Yeah, BE point. Otherwise, yeah, then the rest is fine, Toby. It's not bad. That's good. Yep, gap here as well. Yeah, I would say again below 60. Key level 60, it's always also previous 4-hour. Leaning for more sells. Again, same feedback, 60. Structure, yeah. Yeah, sells would be below here, below there. Okay, good. DAX plan, buys, buys, buys. My man is bullish. Say just identify the gap and maybe talk about opportunities to go fill the gap, just to have that identified in your plan. That's good. The Discord app, I just screwed up. I have to run after clicking. Do you want this program to make changes every time? Frustrating. Just happened a week or two ago. Oh, that's weird. That's weird that you have to keep running it like that. Maybe a fresh install will help. You trade exactly like Raja Bank. I guess he's your mentor. Actually, I don't trade exactly like him. He's very impulsive. I'm quite the opposite, man. I'm quite the opposite. How about Nasdaq box? I don't trade Nasdaq during London. How's your friend, man? Hope he's all good. Yeah, he's, you know, he's recovering, man. Pretty serious hit, you know, he had, but he's good. In good spirits, at least. Thanks for asking, brother. Is the gap not already filled? Not fully. Not fully on my broker. It's not fully filled. This is what's remaining on my broker to fill the gap. Gap is filled on gold. Gap is filled on gold. Gold filled the gap here. Wick to wick fill. This wick matching this wick. It's a fill. Considered a fill in my books. How much do we have to 60? I wonder if we could trade 260, right? This is always forward thinking. 17 pips. You know, possibly we could look to fill 260, but we need a very perfect closer. See 5. 5 is good here. 5 is good because there's no... Okay. Possibly we could also look to fill towards 60, but we need a good close. Otherwise, I'm leaning towards that below 60. You know, if we have 15 at least 15 points, right? Something like that. 15 points here would be, I mean, pips. See, now I get confused when I'm trading DAX. I say pips and points. You get what I mean, though. If we have 15 pips, should be easy going because at least enough to get to break even. Mind the gap, mind the gap. What do we think? Reverse before the gap, or we're gonna come down to the gap? What do we say? What do we think, chat? Come to the gap, or we're gonna reverse before the gap? Vinayak, go to gap. Manning saying before. Ends to the gap. Let's see, chat. No, chat is not listening, bro. They're just there, dead. Before gap. Oh, this is fully mixed. This is 50-50. 50-50 I'm seeing. YouTube chat, wake up. It's Monday. Time to get your shit right. Reason you're in the same position every single day? Because you're not making changes. You have to be active. Laziness won't do anything. More than sleeping, these guys, bro. Totally cooked. Where's the answer to my question? Reverse before the gap or fill the gap? Let's see. EU reverse before the gap, so maybe same for DAX. We're gonna see. Personally, if you're asking me personally, I prefer it to come to fill the gap. I prefer it to come fill the gap if you're asking me. How much would someone have to offer you to get a short haircut? Maybe next time you... I had a short haircut. I didn't like it. A very, very short haircut? Ah, man, that's just not me. Fill the gap. You see what you guys are writing in chat, man? Be responsible, man. Come on. Everyone's spamming fill the gap. Be a little bit mature, you know? Get scammed. Mark this. On gold, 261.215. 215, do you consider that previous 15? This one here? Yes, it is a previous 15, yeah. We've crossed through it a couple of times with wicks. It is definitely, I mean, this would be maybe even a safer zone here. We can see we've reacted. Problem is no 5-minute closed at it, but definitely is a previous 15. But the thing is, then it just makes sense again if we're going to mark everything to just get below 61. Because now if you're looking for a close below that, it's going to be only 9 pips from 61. Just becomes complex. And this is what I mean. So you kind of just look for the wick fill, if I'm being honest. Ideally, the scenario is if we are to see a reaction, price pushes through here, rejects here. Then we know that's relevant still. It makes it a little bit tough. Buy from 60? No, I'd be looking for selling below 60, not to buy from 60. Greetings, Sir Sharp. Wow. Legendary trader here. I'm thinking BTC gap filling. Thank you. My students pay me Friday. Thank you, please. Your students paid you. Very good. Very, very, very good. My students scam me. They scam me. Especially Joe. Joe and Peter scam me. Don't group me with Peter. Same, bro. Same. They're the same. You trade same way with Raja Bank, bro. This is the only thing you have to say. It seems like you absolutely love him, man. You should go watch him and follow him, man. Then you don't have anything to care about me. Seems you're so desperate in life that's what you need to do, is go online and find people that apparently trade similar and then go suck up to them, you know. So why don't you go back and do that? Because a price action trader, you don't go to the gym and tell the guy who's bench pressing, brother, you bench press like me, you're copying me to bench press, why are you copying me to bench press? Don't bench press like that, bench press with your feet. You don't say that, bro. Have some common sense. This is why the reason you fail in the markets. Just because I mark support and resistance doesn't mean I trade like all the guys who mark support and resistance. Just because I trade based on candle closures doesn't mean I trade like all the guys who based on candle closures. My thought process is completely different in the market. Completely different. You know, I have all respect to price action traders. All respect to price action traders. For me, it's great. If someone is trading similar to me, or I'm trading similar to them, and we both trade price action, that's a big positive in my eyes. Because why would two price action traders trade differently, like completely different? Then wouldn't it not be price action? You know? Roger's more handsome? Are you fucking gay or something, brother? You know, check yourself, mother. Maybe he is, you know. Then I guess I can't say anything if he is, but you know. I mean, look, man. If he's gay, then, you know, I guess explains it all. You know, we can't, then we start discriminating and, you know, it becomes all a mess. What will be the first trade of the month? Are we taking bets? Oof. Today, based on today, I'm feeling DAX. I think out of everything, either DAX or gold. I still don't think GJ is ready yet. Seems a bit too consolidation. But either DAX, so it's going to be between DAX or gold, I mean. DAX or gold, I think, is going to be where it's going to come. Man, check this Zoom chat. Man wrote, imagine you write it like this. He wants to go to see his, they wanted to go see this. This is the one Sil goes to, this one. Not meet, not meet like this. No. Meet and greet. Harry, do you use prop firms? No, I trade on my own personal account for now, brother. Definitely I'm considering it though. Don't react on these kind of chats, skip them. Oh, I love to address them, bro. It's entertaining for me. It doesn't affect me. I mean, I couldn't care less, man. Trust me. We've been streaming for quite a while. Is it daylight where you live, or is that a bright light? No, this is daylight, bro. This is daylight. What prop firm would you recommend? I'm always like a guy who says, you know, stick with like the big guy, like FTMO, man. What is a bright light? It's a light that's bright. Sorry to say. You guys took GU, huh? You took this setup 3 here. That was 5 minute looking. Yes, sir. Yeah, 5 minute looks good. No bottom wick, just needs to flip now. As long as it can respect this zone here, you will be fine. But GU looks good. Few guys in GU, congrats, I guess. Where you put stop above the bullish candle, I'd say. 5 pips. How much do you see? 4. Damn. 4. You saw 4. Almost 1 to 1, huh? Hopefully it does do some business here. You don't want this 1 minute structure to break. I would say anything breaking back into this range is not a good sign. Anything breaking back into this range here, it's not a good sign above my box. So keep that in mind. Hopefully if it does anything, it just retests quickly and you want to see a move down. 4 pips with a 1 to 1 being 5 pips. You want to see it start to push. You don't need that big stop, brother. Keep your stops tight when it gives you the opportunity, you know? Keep your stops tight when you have the opportunity to do so. Always a good thing. I guess we're very close to filling the gap soon. When you wait for 15-minute close, do you still consider 5-minute levels? If it's based on the 15, no. If it's a heavy reaction 5-minute level, sometimes. But what I mean by heavy reaction is like all 5 minutes are wicking towards that zone. Yeah, it makes sense, you know, just look at. That's my biggest problem right now. Yeah, just work on that, right? If it's a problem, fix it, right? Learn to put proper stop losses, start getting tighter stop losses, you know? That's not a bad thing. I've seen your stop losses are a bit wider, give it more room. It's not necessarily the worst thing, but if you can earn more money by using better stops, it would be better to do so. When it gets, right? Right? When it gets what? When it when it gives the opportunity. Moving mad on Monday, brain not working. Exactly, yeah, right? Because you're just putting the too wide. So in like, you know, GU opportunity, you want it to be got out of BE at GU. Let's see what GU is doing. Yeah, this is its last chance here right now. Right here, 1 minute retested. Last chance. If this now 1 minute flips back up, it's probably game over. But this is its last chance. That's your 1 minute retest. The range here has no reason to come back up now. This is where the 15 should start to flip. Yep, like this. So basically, if I was personally in this trade myself, this is where I would start to, if a 1 minute, let's say, closes bullish and breaks the high, I'm out. And by the time it breaks the high there, if we were to put a line, let's see where that line would be. Oh, that's even below my entry. So I would just sit at break even right now. I would sit break even now after the 1 minute retest. So this is where I would just sit and wait. Because now it has no reason to come up. Now that the 1 minute structure has been made and we're moving down, all I would like to see now is the lows be broken. And if it was to flip back up now, I wouldn't trust it. Now you can trust it and be a little bit like, if you don't mind losing 1 pip, the best place to manage is a 1 minute candle closing above this high here, right? But you're gonna lose maybe, I think, let's see how much you're gonna lose. 1.2 pips, it's not that bad. 1.2, 1.3, let's say, maybe 1.5 with a little bit of slippage if it moves fast. So if you're happy to lose 1 pip, but again, 1 pip with a 5 pip stop loss is definitely decent, you know. I don't like that this has no top wick. It's not the best scenario. But otherwise it looks fine. See that retest? Perfect retest. Retested this structure here. That's where my box was. I wonder if I can draw my box again. We're gonna get that box. Anyways, not giving me my box, but that's it. That's what you want to see in this type of position. Now you want to see it break the lows, and that would be a great sign now if it can break this low. It might want to pop up here. A lot of people are going to try sell right now. So what it might want to do is break above here, make that top wick, and then come back down. But by then, you know, your break even is just a little bit above. Nice thing with GU is spreads are very low, so you'll be fine in that position. If you could just flip now without doing that, it's even happier days. But yeah, now it looks like you're coming to make that top wick. So you actually want to see a top wick and then reflip. Otherwise, that's it. Just going to be boring. So let's go see what gold is doing right now. Gold is trying to get below the zone. 15-minute push below. We don't have the biggest range here. Now, 30 pips for 8 pips here. We're going to see how it closes. Closes is going to be important for me. Indian bank holiday, does it not affect on gold at all? No, the only thing Indian bank holiday is going to affect is the, what is it called? It's going to affect the Nifty. That's what it will affect, the Nifty. It will not affect other markets. If it closes with long rejection, for sure, for sure. I personally think it's always going to be better to look for a sell below that 60 level. Hi, not to be rude, but could you lower the background music or turn it off because it's Ramadan? I still want to hear you, brother. Technically in Ramadan, isn't it that you cannot listen to explicit music? This music has no lyrics. And it's pretty low. But yes, now it's on minimum. Ask my Muslim friend and he says it depends on which music. Yeah, it's explicit music with lyrics, I would assume. It depends. Different people, you know, it's never always the same, you know. Because they have Ramadan songs. There's like people who make Ramadan songs, you know. So if it was fully haram, then I would believe that that would not be allowed, right? Could be wrong. Alright, so we did close below here. No top wick at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. No structure. So I would love to see this candle make a top wick plus a structure, just so I don't get stuck in heavy drawdown here. This would be very heavy drawdown. 50, 60 pip drawdown we could see. It's called Nasheds? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. That's different. Are you watching 8th of March? Yeah, maybe I'm going to watch it, yeah. Looks like a fake out? Yeah, I believe so. Without 5-minute structure, it's going to be where people get caught out. Let's see how the close, I want to see this close here. No bottom wick as well here. Very close to filling the gap. But no 5-minute pullbacks as well. Oof. You know, this would be super juicy. They can mute or leave. I mean, if they were in Zoom, they could just mute the music. That's the power of, you know, that's the power of being in Zoom. You can just mute the music. You can? Yeah, you can. It's like you go to options, mute background sound or background music. I like the music, creates nice mood. Yeah, it's just beats, you know. It's to fill background sound. I'm not very educated on this topic, but why is music haram? I don't think we should talk about religion. And I'm also not in the position to discuss why music is haram. You know, it's not, I'm not, go talk to your imam. He's going to help you. He will tell you. Lets me know my headphones are still working. There you go. Restaurants in Dubai are empty during lunch? No, they're pretty busy. They are pretty busy. Dubai used to, in the old days, close everything for Ramadan. You had to get a permit to have a restaurant open during Ramadan. They used to block off. Now it's open. Because in real fasting, it shouldn't be something that needs to be hidden. The only thing that still continues now is there's reduced hours. So they will not work a 9 to 5 here, no matter if you're Muslim or not. If you're working in an office, you'll work a 9 to 3. But the amount of Muslims in Dubai is obviously a lot, but there's a lot who aren't. And there are a lot of Muslims who don't fast as well, right? They just don't want to. Now that's up to them to make a decision. But there's a lot of them I've seen who don't fast. Like they clearly, I believe they're clearly Muslim, but they're just not fasting. Riyadh is very, of course it's different, it's Saudi. I mean, Dubai back in the day used to be like that, but another good reason to get into the exclusive Harry, have a good day. Yes. Oh yeah, by the way, we are open on that. I forgot to announce. We are open. So it's open back up. This link will now work. So if you've been wanting to join, just press join now and it will redirect you to be able to join our group. So hope to see some amazing progress this month, or if you've been waiting for the chance to get in, you are able to. So we are creating some sort of 5-minute structure here. If we could get a close below would help. You know, I am starting to see relevance towards your zone, brother. This previous 15, you can start to see it starting to become relevant. So a 5 close below there would be better. Could you post your journal, please? Yeah, exclamation journal in the chat. It will pop up for you, or just check the description of the video. Exclamation journal. I'm guessing you're talking, of course, about the stream journal, right? If you just type exclamation journal in the chat, it will come. For gold sells retracement. Retracement would mean backup. You mean sells continuation. This is a continuation. $30-minute no bottom wick. You previously said that when gold, yeah, but now if we form 5-minute structure, it will give us proof that it does not want to retrace, because every single time we formed a new low, we never were able to produce any form of structure. New low here, no structure. This one did have, but this did give a move. This would be actually technically a big enough move to, you know, 21 pips. So it did give a move. This one here, this one no structure, and this one no structure. So 2 times no structure makes sense. I'm looking for 15 close at 261, but if you call the trade on a 5-minute min, it's based off this 15-minute close, the previous one we've had already. We're going to see how it forms. What type of stops are we looking at here? 23. 10 pip break even. Pretty early break even. So it's something you kind of have to be fast on, especially if it pushes fast. Set up 2 on DAX. I was looking at this 5-minute, man. This is something I would normally take, but with this 30-minute no bottom wick, 15-minute no bottom wick, without having at least a 15-minute close bullish, I was a bit hesitant towards the buy here, especially a little bit bigger stop loss. Looking at like a 40-point stop loss with no bottom wick, and your stop loss is right where the wick is, especially with the gap lurking below. I just feel like, yeah, there is 50 pips up to here, 26 to here. I don't know, it just feels like it's a little bit, you know, especially with this scenario here. You sound a lot better, much like your usual self. Let them target pips. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm feeling better than I was Friday. Friday, I felt like shit, man. Really felt bad. Then Saturday, I felt just the same. But Saturday, I was just rested that day. Yesterday, I was feeling good. This morning, I woke up not feeling too good, but I've seemed to improve. It's just lurking around. Hopefully, it just pisses off because it annoys me. But this morning, I woke up, I was like, oh, this is not good. But then, as I got up and about, went for a walk, went there. Have you been to the gym? I didn't go gym on Saturday. Sunday I did yesterday. Probably why I felt a little bit worse this morning. But you can hear it's like I'm not fully bunged up, or which, you know, I'm thankful for. So for me, I feel okay. It's just what makes me feel bad is like the full body weakness, you know, headache and full body weakness. Then that's where I don't go gym. If I have full body weakness, and it just doesn't make sense. Problem when I'm sick is I'm super short-tempered. So trading is probably not a good idea when I'm sick, feeling very bad, because my temper is extremely short. No patience. Now, some option I would take here. We have 15-minute close coming in 4 minutes. 4 minutes would, at least we'd have a 15-minute close that creates a support. With that support, hopefully we can create one more 5-minute structure. In that case, I would rely to take buys above that 5-minute structure, because we would have a higher low. So if it moves down here, I know if it creates a support, that move down won't be just where it just fails, you know? But for those who voted price would push up before filling the gap, seems like you are being correct so far. See how gold did, right? So see that 5-minute didn't close below, failed to close below. So the next candle to close below is going to be a 15. We would have a 15-minute candle close and another 5-minute candle close below. That would be okay. Before that, it's going to be hard. So we have to wait around 3 minutes here to see if what happens. Preferred under the 15-minute, this candle? Of course. course. That's where I would want a 5-minute to close anyways. Before this happens, I'm gonna go to the toilet, just in case happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen while I'm there. Be back. Gonna see in about 55 seconds. $50 setup 3? No, I prefer below this support. Something to close below the support, like at least a 5-minute. Six seconds. Can I push below the last 6 seconds, or what's gonna happen? Oh, wow. This is above for me. That's actually above. See how the 15 is closed. 15 closing doji. Makes sense on a 30-minute time frame, but 30-minute stops are too big for me to run. How big is that? 57? I mean, if shit gets going, it can work, but this would kind of break my plan taking it. As juicy as it looks, the only thing I can think of is maybe half break of lowest low, but we're going to see how this forms. If a sick top wick comes, definitely going to take that. If I look at my broker here, just want to draw a line. It's technically closing nipple close below, if I have to say so. How's it closing on your brokers? Mine's like a nipple close below. Still close below, but nipple. Not as much. It's like just below. So we're gonna see. Sick top wick would be good here. And then maybe I can force half risk break of lowest low. $25. 8 pips break even. It is a closer break even, but it's still 8 pips is enough. Spread would be okay there. Yeah, look, it's even a 1-minute support there, so you'd kind of want to get below. We will see here. London Open, we're going to see. You at SL, well, you would have been break even, right, on that first push down, so you would have been break even for that. Well, I actually talked through the management of GU, so I would have saved you money there. Oh, look at that push. That's an impulsive push. Will we get a chance here? No top wick. I don't know if I'll get a chance. I'm not prepared. Possibly re-break of the low. Let's see here. Just be aware here. How long till 1 minute close? 15 seconds. Just looking for this 1 minute close. I might not survive the 1 minute close as well. It's a bit deep this. I feel like I'm FOMOing in here 6 pips. Stop now is 27. 1 minute close deep. You can go. Five-minute close in how long? 2 minutes. This 5 close could be interesting. Can run tighter stops. 1 minute 18 for 5-minute close. Run stop here for 21. Yeah, it's going to be better. Still close to entry, yeah, but you don't want to FOMO. Like 5-minute close would be good. Look, my original plan from the morning is sells below 60, so I'm okay till we get below 60. Below 60, I can take even more sells, so I'm not stressing here. I don't want to jump into anything stupid and then get totally fucked up, you know. This 5 close could be nice. This will even be below my zone. You know, last 47 seconds, you could see this 1 minute just do some bullshit. Boom, back in the zone. The same way it came down, you can see the same move up. And then you're like, oh, shit. You know? Then with this 5-minute close, we have a double range protection. So I could run stops probably about 21 pips. Something like that. Unless last 27 seconds, it just melts. But see this pullback? Just keeping me safe from that. This is what I was scared of. So this could actually close back in the range. It's possible in the last 10 seconds, it closed back in the range. And if I was in a trade, it's a huge problem. Right? It's a huge problem. Like, look how close this is to closing back in the range. It didn't, but it was super close. So if you FOMO'd in, you're a bit stuck now because you're like, oh, that was close, too close for comfort. So like I said, like I'm even considering if now we make a top wick here, I can look break of this low. It is tight, but I would expect it to push through. If it doesn't push through, I get out. If not, then I'm just going to take a 15 close below the 60. Like, remember the original plan from today was 60. Like, even if you took this entry here, now you'd be back at break even. I mean, not break even, you'd be in drawdown a little bit. But I mean, 3 pip drawdown, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? So there's space, you know? I'm not sweating here, there's space. Quick look at GJ. Yeah, let's see what GJ is doing. Yeah, just a mess, GJ is just a mess. Still stuck in this freaking range. You need it to get well below. It has some work to do. 226. Just a mess. DAX, how's DAX doing? Creating that 5-minute pullback I actually wanted though. So if we can see this continue. London Open about 10 minutes. I wonder if London Open can fill the gap. You see this now, how it's pulling back in the range? Look at this. This is my point. This fuck you up, bro. This is like complete. Imagine you sold the lows there as well, FOMO'd in. This is why. This is why I didn't want to do it, because this is like, ah, man. And then you look at the 15 and now the 15 looks super clear. It's like, I rejected that. You see? Like in the moment it looked great. It looks super good, right? And this is why I said original plan below 60, you're not sweating. Don't rush the early entry when original plan below 60. Like, I know I had time. So if I have time, even if this pushed down to 60, I have time to get in because below 60 has an open thing, you know. Like, look, this is already very close to stop. Raja took an impulsive entry on gold and then closed in negative in live. Yeah, he followed his plan. Like I said, I trade different. For those who say I trade the same, I trade a bit different. Now, he could have been right. I could have been wrong. Who knows? I don't care. I'm just following my own plan. He followed his, but I don't personally like to trade impulsively. Buy bias on gold, higher time frame, but you know, we have a lot of confirmations for some downside for recently, you know. But this is my point. This is my point. Like, I hope this makes my point clear. And not every time I get this correct, but this is what saves me. Like, a lot of people would have taken that sell there, and now you're like very close to stop loss. Even if you ran the safe stop loss here, you're only 3-4 pips away from that. It sucks. And there you go. You're basically stopped there heavily. Probably slipped as well with the way that pushed up. So it sucks, you know. And then you look back at this trade, and if I was in this trade and FOMO'd in, I would just account it to FOMO. You know, I'd say like, shit, man. Why have I done this? So, yeah, I hope you guys recognize dodging a bullet here. It's also as valuable as taking a trade is dodging a bullet that makes you lose, right? But people aren't going to remember that. But so I tried to highlight it as much as possible. It's very important. That's the what I demonstrated there is the hardest thing. The hardest thing to do in trading, right? That's the hardest thing. To be able to see a position that's so close to your plan, but not exactly there, and not execute on it. Because you want to, like, you just, and especially when you see it moving, it kind of is like that last nail that tells you, okay, I'm convinced. And then you slip and then you get eaten up. And then when you go ask for feedback or you go review this trade, you start to make excuses in your head of how good this trade. You're like, but the 30-minute close below, but the 15-minute close below, but the 5-minute close below its own structure. But then you forget about this closing, not closing below that 15 rejection we pointed out. You forget about the original plan is closing below 60 from today. We never originally planned closing below here. We just had the option to say, can we take an earlier trade? You know? But the 15 really creating a strong level, the breakthrough would be, we're in a good place? Definitely agree. It gives us good confidence now. The next time it gets below, it should be easy. That would be your you know. Alright, Joe Stirring, huh? Joe Stirring. Was that not a S5 and DAX? Yes, it was. It was. Only thing is we have a gap below, and 30-minute and 15 didn't have bottom wick, but it is creating the structure I wanted to see. So if it does close above here, I am interested actually, regardless of the gap below. But about 3 minutes to the open, so I'm gonna wait for the open, and this is gonna be very nice if the open actually does a liquidity grab down, fills the gap, and then this will be cool. This will be very cool. We're gonna see in 3 minutes. Looks like everyone who sold gold is now cooked steaks. Well done. Ruined steak. Who eats their steak well done? Everyone in chat, who eats their steak well done? Let me see. Let me see. John eats his steak well done. Oh no, John. We have to change that. We have to change that. Sergey eats his steak well done. Oh no. Trump eats his steak well done. Oh no. Raw ban. Roberto is next next level. Ground beef, I agree. Yeah, that's fine. Ground beef makes sense. Medium well in Europe, but Americans make it so rare you only can get well done. Jesus. Medium well. No, no, no. Well done. No, 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 no. I've been hearing that for years, but raw food has live bacteria and parasites that infect 90% of the world's population. Some of these cause cancer, not worth the risk. Yeah, but this is what too many people are scared. As long as you're buying high quality beef, you're gonna be fine. And when you cook steak to like medium, it's not gonna have the most worst bacteria. But the problem is humans are too scared to battle these bacteria. It's because the immune systems have been fucked up from the way we've been brought up. Too many humans now are being brought up in a weak environment. Back in the day, we used to eat all types of shit, right? And we used to live on very, very, very bad diets that have no hygiene, you know? So, of course, I can understand the reason, but your system, humans are very smart system. Not system, but very smart beings. And they need your gut flora can build a tolerance to that bacteria and actually make you stronger and live longer. It is unhealthy to eat steak well done. If you're talking about nutrient wise, yeah, probably. We used to eat rotten meat, no problem. Well, dry aged beef is basically rotten steak, right? Dry aged, 40 days left in air. That's what dry aged means. Relax, Tony. I think for me, steak medium. Medium is perfect. Medium is perfect. I think medium is perfect. Sometimes when you have it a bit too rare, it's a bit rubbery. Alright, this closed at support. DJ's a mess. Gold, retraced. DAX, how did the open do? Oh no, I wanted open down. Come on, DAX. We wanted the open down here, DAX, not open up. One to two steaks per day, medium rare, and 12 eggs. Sounds like you're on a carnivore diet. I really wanted this to liquidity grab down so I could take the buys above here on a close, but that's okay. Still opportunity, still early in London Open here. We don't know how this is going to close. Quality of the beef doesn't matter. Also, never eat sushi. Check out the Sean Ryan interview with Dr. Gawa. I don't like to subscribe to all of these things, but if that's something you want to follow, I really can't dictate against it, to be honest. Let's see gold close. So we close bullish here. Yeah, if we get another close below, it's good. GJ is just melting at the moment, but close right at support. How did the 1 hour close here? 1 hour actually is valid based on a 1 hour. So is it on a 30-minute, but that didn't give enough time. But I don't think I would have taken that on a 1 hour. What is the stops? 38 pips for 36. Ooh, it's not that bad. But I probably would have waited for bigger top wick even on the 1 hour. Because there's no 5-minute structure here, so I would have need at least a big top wick. Japanese eat raw food almost every day. They're the longest living people in the world. Yes. There's always two sides to a study, you know. Relax, Peter, relax. Let's change the topic. This is gonna go again into a wormhole. We're gonna go into a wormhole. Now you're the one who's doing gay shit. You're the one asking photos of men. Is he an ICT trader? Meet and greet. Guys, we might just get a simple setup one. I'm serious. Simple setup one. I think that's gonna be clean and simple. Clean and simple. Setup one. Big LTA here to the left. Let's see it, Dax. Need some pullbacks here, of course, just to give us stop loss, really. That's the main reason. Stop loss and confidence. Right now, stop loss would be about 90 points. Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm okay for a 90-point stop loss. You can take that any day. You can have that, Dax. I don't need it. 90 points. I hope this is not going to be weird and it just keeps pushing after a 90-point push, not even a 1-minute pullback. Like, even on a 1 minute, there's no pullback. 90 points straight. 90 points straight. Just thinking, in what world do I get in here? Like, is there a way in? Impulsively breaking the highs at the open. Looks good now because of the push we had, but at the time it wouldn't have looked good. Yo, what's going on with DAX, man? This is nuts. 100 points, no pullback, 1 minute. 113 points. Fuck's sake, man. Always gotta come ruin my day, that. Only way to get in is setup 3 on DAX. Yeah, it looks good now in hindsight, but at the time, the way it's closing is pretty weak. Then we broke the low. At the time, what I planned for was a close above here. I can see the setup 3, but you know, this is the open. It's always sketchy. Always makes me nervous trying that. News? No, just volume. DAX is going, I told you. I was also looking for buys, brother. Don't worry, we're on the same page. GJ retracing. Gold is trying its second attempt to reach the lows again. Yeah, just some sort of 5-minute structure and we're good. That's it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Pretty damn simple. I hope we react at this 1 hour to give us something, man. Something. Not even 1 minute structures for me, man. 1 minute thunderstorm. This is a lot of volume I'm seeing here. Long time since I've seen this much volume in one candle here. This might just fill our whole LTA here. Straight shot. One candle, no pullbacks. Not even a 1 minute pullback. 128 points. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Definitely March Madness starting. Amazing volume in the beginning of the month. Did that 1 minute even close bearish? So let's see if this 5 minute can give us some sort of rejection now. Some sort of rejection. We can get in. See if we can ride that continuation to the 4-hour resistance. Can we ride the continuation to the 4-hour resistance is gonna be the question here. But we need something to put stop, man. There's no chance I am running 110 pip stop. No chance. For a target of 40. No thank you. Max target. No thank you. Look at GJ. Coming back in the range. Boring as shit. Gold. Just trying to decide, man. Gold is just sleeping. DAX is interesting today. We are moving on DAX. So can we get an entry, please, DAX? That would be beautiful if you could do that for me. Before we reach this zone. If it taps this zone first, that's really boring, man. To fill the whole LTA like that. I just put 20 lots right now and pray. Oh, definitely gonna be... Maybe today's a day you might get away with it, but you're gonna give that back at some point. That I can guarantee. That I can definitely guarantee. If I FOMO into DAX buy, I tell you guys, you can sell. It will surely flip if you enter now. Facts. That's a fact. You know? That's a fact. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. It's just really how the markets work. Can this 5 actually close back below the 1 hours? Can start a pullback here. And then I can look for continuation. See in 30 seconds. Can you tell me what highest extended setups? Yeah, those are just setups I don't really talk about on YouTube. They're a mix of my main setups. So they're just something a little bit different. Mainly they're discussed in the exclusive group. But they come from setup 1, 2, 3. They're just adjusted a little bit. It's already done its average move for London. Well, it might be setting a new standard today. We might be getting a new standard. March Madness. March Madness. We might be setting a new standard. It is a good statistic to know. I think Carson built that indicator himself, which is pretty cool. Me and GBT, yeah, you're best friends, man. Yakov, I think, is in a deep shit, man. He took a buy with 20 lots and now he's in deep drawdown. Some deep shit, man. So it's for the exclusive only. It's the concepts I teach in the exclusive only, yes, because, but remember, it's all based off setup 1, 2, 3. You know? Hi, which month was your first profitable month? Wow, that's an interesting question. I don't actually remember my first profitable month because it was probably nothing. I remember making profits, but it would like end the month at $100 and or $50. And keep in mind at the time I was risking around 200, so ending the month at 100, not really the best. Like I wasn't happy about it. But in retrospect, it was good. You're ending your month positive. You're ending your month positive. I do remember my first $1,000 month though. That I do remember. That was June or July. I have it saved in my phone. I could check when that video was recorded and see. I want to see the 15-minute candle close above resistance. Then we could look for a wick fill. London being the least for DAX. No wonder we struggled with DAX last week, right? You saved us from getting drawdown on that gold. Thank you. Yeah. The shame is it's not giving us a trade, like. But I'm happy to avoid that drawdown for sure. Look at, even saved you drawdown from GJ, right? GJ didn't close below. Now look at it, rejecting from this support here. You see that? Just was a liquidity grab. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Some news on GJ? Was it? Makes sense. Oish. Check this pullback, guys. Again, saved on DAX. 4 more buys on DAX. Everyone cooked. I wonder if we could buy back up, though. This is creating nice LTA to potentially buy back up. We're going to see about that in about 5 minutes. I struggled a lot with profitability. Main reason is shitty content from taught by trading gurus. Agreed, but we have to take some personal accountability to that because we should be in a position to identify the shitty content. I know it can be hard in the beginning, but if you're able to write that, then obviously you can identify that. So you need to move away from that, right? Am I cooked on gold? What's your view? What did you take on gold, bro? It took a sell at 61 on gold. I don't know where your stop loss is, bro. Don't know where your stop loss is. Oh man, you're drinking while we're fasting? Yes, I am, because I'm not fasting. But that shouldn't annoy you. Why that shouldn't be annoy you? Because that's the point of fasting. Fasting is to experience as well what the poor does not have. So the poor don't go around talking about how people get water, but they don't. But because they don't get water. So it shouldn't annoy you that. It should be actually part of it. It shouldn't make a difference. I remember when I fasted before, people around me were drinking water and eating because they were not fasting. So it actually didn't bother me because it's a choice you also make, right? I think it's disrespectful someone making fun of you doing that, you know, like in your face. Yeah, fine. But just around you, I don't think it should be too much of an issue. You practice Islam? No, I'm not born Muslim. Getting ready to fill gap? Well, if this creates a support, I'll take a buy. Why didn't you take gold sells setup 1? Watch the stream, rewind. It's a few reasons, but I explain it all in stream when that was happening. Very specific setup. I lost almost 2,000 in just practicing your strategy. Well, you don't practice my strategy with 2,000, brother. You know, if you want to learn my strategy, you don't even have to spend 2,000. You can spend $50 only, $50 in a month and get to learn everything. So why are you spending 2,000 to learn my strategy? And blown funded accounts. Oh no. Add an extra on 20 on Pip Labs? Yeah, sure. 100%. You can have all the tools and gadgets for 70 bucks. Not even free. It's, yeah, I know. So don't spend that much. I'm guilty today. Took GUL, decided to shoot gold as well. Bro, are you seeing some undisciplined trading from you, man? Need to catch up. Why are you just... When's the last time you traded GU? And why FOMO into gold? Seeing this happen, man, you slip one trade, and now your psychology slipped like this. Just taking random shit. One trade I saw you lose. One trade you lost. And then boom, psychology slip. You start holding DAX. You start to now take random trades here, random trades there. You need to be careful, man. You'll be down 6%, 7% very fast. You know, just be careful. You're unfunded, man. You don't have that flexibility. It's not a live account where you can be down 10%. Recover that over 3 months, 2 months, whatever. 10%, the account's gone, man. You have to be tight with yourself. Take safe options. You know, it's what I said. Aim for that 1%. Secure that 1% only. Stop trying to chase. When do you even take 2 trades? When's the last time you've taken 2 trades in a session like that? I remember you passing challenge. Never took 2 trades in a session like that. You know that all ends up in tears. That's my point. Like, people don't realize that. They think, hey, I'm just going to keep shooting my shots. It seems to be working. Well, no. The time you do it, you lose. What's the giveaway? You guys will see. Where can I learn for $50? All of my group, man. You can be part of the group. You get a weekly webinars. You trade live with me. Post Zoom discussion. Everything. Is the group finally open? Yes, yes. Group is open, guys. I'll do the same. 10 spots are open. Once it fills, it fills. So here's the link. The link I posted already, man. I think it's above anyways. $600 viewers giveaway. Yes, JP. Yes, JP. 524 now. 524. Great value in the exclusive for real. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the feedback. I've got an opportunity for you if you're willing to hop on a call. Not to be cocky, but I don't hop on a call for no reason. You know, you have to pitch it. Have to pitch it right, man. And then I hop on a call. Not gonna hop on a call. If you're gonna offer me, I can scale your offer to $10,000 a month. I'm okay, bro. I'm okay. Has to be pitched properly. How do I sign up? That link I post in the what's this? In the chat. We'll see how many spots are left. Yeah, still, you guys are not signing up, obviously, I can see. So, still 10 spots, we'll keep it open. And then take it from there. Will there be more spots open later because I'm broke? If you're broke, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, man. You shouldn't be trading if you're broke. Shouldn't be trading if you're broke. You need to start to get an income, man. You can't start this game with nothing. You can learn this game with nothing, but you need to work on not being broke. You need some sort of income. You can start to learn for free, yeah, but this ain't gonna get you out of that broke situation. This is gonna add to your income, and then you can scale it to a part where it makes you not broke. But that you have to scale. It doesn't happen like that. It's not a flip of a switch. It's something that will have to be done. I haven't watched you in a while. Have you been making money or losing money? Okay, we'll put it this way. This is the best way to speak with statistics. Since the beginning of the year, I have taken 1, 2, 3 losses. And I've taken a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wins. 13 wins and 3 losses. That'll tell if I'm making money or not. I wanted to see this candle close bullish for the buys here, guys. For the buys, I'm looking for this candle to close bullish. No problem. Next candle can close bullish. Bro, flex on them with stats. It's the best way. Harry, is there a discount for people who want to subscribe for a full year? Yes, you get 3 months free, plus you get a free one-on-one with me, right? So if you subscribe for the year, since you're committing for a year, then I want to check on you. So at any time during the year, you can, we'll schedule a call and we go through things together so I can make sure you're on plan. Make sure you're on plan. Hi, what are your goals in the next 10 years? I don't really plan like that. I just push maximum in the most current time. And I see at 10 years where I land up. I could be above or below, doesn't matter. As long as I'm trying my best. You can get out of this broke situation through prop firms. Yeah, but how are you going to buy a prop firm challenge? You can't be broke to buy a prop firm challenge. It costs $500 for a challenge. What if you fail? You're going to keep trying. It takes time. What are you going to do while you're passing the challenge? What are you going to do while you are learning the skill? You probably need to invest something in yourself. If you're not investing in quality information, quality education for like $50, which is nothing, you need to invest in like a backtesting software to prove the strategy you do works. Otherwise, you're just going to blow $500. Gold looks like wants to do us dirty. Interesting close here. Let's see the 15 coming here in about 4 minutes. We can see that 60 close. 60 close. We'll see if we can find a stop loss. 60, 60. Let's see the 60. Wow, look what happened to GJ here. Very interesting. Just dumped straight. Okay, markets seem like they're moving now. DAX, everything dumping. Gold dumping, GJ dumping, DAX dumping. Wow, look at that liquidity grab. Kind of tempted to fill that gap. Man, I see a juicy setup. I see a juicy setup. I see a juicy setup. If this fills the gap now and rejects back in the range. Sheesh. I'm taking that. Still news on GJ? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely makes sense why it's moving like that. How many trades you get in a month? I normally get around 3 trades a week on average long term. 3 trades a week. 3 trades a week. In a month, like last month was a slower month. In a slower month, I'm taking, what is that, 4 to 12. That's about like 9, 10 trades. So that's roughly about 3 trades a week, 3, 6, 9. No, more. That means I average more. Like January, I took about average 4 trades a week. 4 trades a week. So almost every day of the week, I took a trade. But here's the gap. Here's the gap. Can we now reject from the gap, guys? Let's see. I feel like if we close below the gap, we can actually look for counter trend sells here. Do you only trade these calls or take other trades throughout the day? The next time I trade is New York session though. I won't trade random times of the day. So I'll trade New York session. I want to see gold here in 2 minutes closing, 59. We're below 60 here. Where am I going to keep stop? A 5-minute thunderstorm now would be the one, guys. We have this 15 close, a little 5-minute thunderstorm will give us the opportunity to attempt a shot. DAX here, next 5 minute could be the one. I hear gaps now in your analysis. Yeah, because we have gaps on the chart today. Today's a gap day. Today is a gap day. What's the timing for your New York session? I normally trade New York session from New York Open, which is going to be in Eastern time, 8 a.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Eastern. You stay in Dubai? Yes, correct. Finn, EU gap fill looks like too big of a stop loss. What type of gap fill are we looking in here? I'm just worried about a pullback here. Rejected off the support, so hard to get in before. Definitely agree with that. Let me see how the 5-minute looks. Do we have, no bottom wick closing? I mean, that would have to be the stop loss, yes, but we're rejecting here. It makes it difficult. Seems like we're rejecting off this previous support. So you probably want to sell a setup 2, or you want to sell below that previous support to get a better stop. Would be safer in this scenario. It's really dependent on volume is how you're going to be able to see what happens in that scenario. Wow, look at the rejection, guys. Look at the rejection on gold. We're closing above my 60 level, guys. We're closing above my 60 level. So this is the importance of waiting for closures here. Right back into that 60 level. Messing everyone up. Does that mean DAX is now going to pull back? Can we see DAX pull back now? This is its last chance. We've just almost, there we go. Now the gap is fully filled. This is 100% gap fill. No top wick here as well. If this candle closes bullish, it's sure interesting here. Very interesting. Bullish candle here would be very interesting. Can you show me how much average RR you get and what win rate just for study? My average RR would be a 1-to-1 and my win rate is 75% over 1.5 years. I think we're more than 1.5 years now. We're more than 1.5 years. Almost 2 years. Yeah, 75. I started the journal a little bit later than the stream record. Just because people were not believing the stream record, because when I started trading live, I had about a 90% win rate because I just started trading. So I had like maybe 10 wins and 1 loss, or 2 losses and 10 wins. So I had a very high win rate and people didn't believe. So I said, you can go rewind the streams, check the streams, it's all there. So I put it in a journal. That's why I started the journal, to show people. All right, DAX is melting here. I wonder if we can take a counter trend here. It would be interesting to me, but look at this. Look at this, no pullback on 5. How many candles we working on? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not too much, but next level here on 5 is going to be down here. I think 15-minute level is earlier. No, it's the same. Keep this in mind. So we have filled the gap. If it's going to flip, we should see it flip pretty soon. We should see this flip happen pretty soon. Can I see your journal? Yeah, just exclamation mark journal in the chat. Exclamation mark journal in the chat. Isn't it FOMO selling all the way down there? Not if we get structure, no, it won't be. If we just randomly press sell, I feel so it would be FOMO. I'm still waiting to see if there will be just one massive reaction we get back in the range, I mean, if it flips here, Manning, bro, it looks sick. It looks really cool. Can I get 1 month free subscription for Pip Labs? What have you done to get a 1 month free subscription would be my question. I'm a subscriber. First time I've seen you in stream, bro. Chill spot. First time I've seen your name. Not someone active. I will give you a free subscription if I see you here active. Typing in chat. Encouraging people to join the stream. Like the stream. Support the stream. First time I've seen you type. If you're someone active. Liking the stream. Supporting the stream. Telling people to be active. 100% man. I'll help you with that. Because you're doing something for me. That's how life works. That goes for everyone. Except for my mods. My mods, I scammed them. Fully scammed. Can you explain how you conduct backtesting and strategy? How many samples do you test? Well, you want to just listen to someone who already has entry models and then try to copy that entry model. So like I would recommend you use my entry model and then practice that in a backtesting software. If you use something like Pip Labs, it will automatically collect your data on the dashboard here. When you use the dashboard, you'll be able to see your results on that. If not, then yeah, you need to test a shit ton of stuff, man. Shit ton of stuff. Do you paid off larger SL actually work this time? Yeah, you would have been either break even or let's see if there's a re-entry option on GU. And it wasn't. Doesn't seem like there was a re-entry option here. Even 30-minute, 1 hour looked very tough. So yeah, you would have just been out break even on this, and then it kind of sucks because it would have tapped you as this came back up to break even. Boom, tapped you out, and then it went. Do your mods get paid? No, they're volunteering on stream here. I don't think we're big enough, but I will definitely compensate for their goodwill. Look at gold, guys. That 60 level, no freaking joke. I'm telling you, that 60 level, no joke. Tradesharpe, can you explain what is Pip Labs and what it has if you have time? Yes, it won't take me long. Pip Labs is a backtesting software, so you can simulate passing your prop firm challenge. You can simulate trading with real life conditions using previous data. So you can try the free version here. Just add a strategy, any name, press start. It will load you. You can try different pairs. Choose what time. So we're trading London session. So we can skip to London session. Once you skip to London session, you can see charts load. You can play the candles. Watch how the candles are playing like the real life. And of course, you can speed it up so you're not waiting too long. And if you want to take a trade, you can take a position, short position like this, let's say, right? And then you put your stop loss here. You choose where your TP wants to be, and then you press the trade button, boom. You choose your risk amount, you press confirm, and it will enter the trade where you put your position with all that stop loss. And then obviously when you get triggered, it will show you your active P&L. So we see if we get triggered here, boom, we get triggered. You'll be able to see your trade feed. My P&L is $33 right now. You can see your trade history, etc., etc. So you're simulating trading. You're simulating trading, right? That's what it is. How is DAX doing? Oh, we're working on something. Look at that 15. 15's working on something. Let's see, 2 minutes. Gonna go toilet before this happens. Be back. Just hope not a lower high. We will see that because we reject this resistance. So if we close back in the range, it won't. 15-minute also in 5 minutes. So this 15-minute close could look juicy, especially leaving a rejection wick. Harry, is it correct? I heard you talk before gold moving in $5 ranges. Yeah, that's a between key levels is every $5. Little 1 minute range here. We want to get out that range. Top of the range is my box. So something closing above my box is going to be a good sign. Basically back into this previous range. Now, if it does close below this, I think there's even a counter bias sell option. You know, this will be like a both ways. I think we have an option here, because at that stage we'd be failing at the top of the box and we'd close below here. We do have decent range till this next 34 points, you know. So we're going to see 5 minutes from now. Wow. That's no freaking joke, huh? That's no joke, this 60 level. That's what I mean. 60, original plan from the day was the strongest. Original plan from the day was the strongest. Don't disregard the 60 level. Toilet setup on the way. Hopefully that brings in volume to give us the toilet setup. We shouldn't name it that, man. We shouldn't name a setup after me going to a toilet. People who join are going to be like, fuck's sake, what's this bullshit? $500 rocket. This is interesting close, guys. This 15 is becoming interesting. Only other level that would concern me is this. Can use as watch. It's a 30-minute resistance as well. And a 15. What is that 15-minute backtest sim first plan? Is it only save result first 15 trade? Please, I want to subscribe. Oh, it's just because, you know, you're not... no, 15 backtest means you can only save 15 different backtesting sessions. You know, it's a lot. No, not only 15 trades. No, no, no. You can save thousands of trades, but you can only save full backtest, meaning 15 different strategies. You know, you can save 15 different backtesting sessions. And those sessions could be a year long, 2 years long, you know, with hundreds of trades in them, no problem. We do not set a limit on that. But we limit how many different, because we have some people who, in every time they take a new trade, they open a new backtesting session. That's more heavy for our system. Saving trades is not as heavy in our system than saving a whole simulation itself. You know? So 15 is plenty. 15 is a lot. I'm with one right now. Yeah, I mean, you could just run, like, you would only need one for each pair you're trading, right? And then go through the months or change the months and then delete the last one. Okay, this is pushing heavy, man. So we are definitely being right here about the fake out back in the range. But question is, how are we going to get in? 70-point stop loss. 30-minute resistance. We're about to close above. The only thing I can think is to fully trust my idea today. This closes above. Next candle, deep top wick. I take it on the flip like a fucking boss. put stop loss below the current candle low. If it reflips, I don't trust it anyways. Can you import Tradingview strats into PipLabs to test? What do you mean by Tradingview strats? How would you import a strat? You're talking about EAs, I'm guessing. Talking about a bot. No, that's a little bit different. You can only save trades through PipLabs subscription? Yes. Can you test Bitcoin and altcoins? Not altcoins, but Bitcoin, yes. We haven't added, we can add altcoins, but we've added Bitcoin so far. We can add, but it's just not popular demand yet, so we're just not trying to fill our servers with stuff that are not popular. Shit, that open gapped up on my broker, man. That's a big gap on my broker, so I need this to come down. Need this to come down. Technically 5 on my broker closed below. So let's get some structure here. It looks like it's going to be a late stream here, but there is something cooking here. Man, I feel sorry for people who FOMO'd into buys and sold into lows here. Let me know in chat. Are you that guy who FOMO'd into buys, lost the buys, then FOMO'd into sells and lost the sells? Are you that guy? Or was your friend that guy? Do you know who did that? Not patient enough. I'm telling you, that's where it saves, man. You can lose so much money like that. Yes, I am. Are you actually? How does PipLabs predict movement? Historical data? Yes, correct. Don't be that guy. Is gold looking in 1 hour chart? I mean, looking good for what is the question, my friend? For what? For me, 1 hour chart looks shit, if I'm being honest. A lot of rejections. Set up 5 in when 5 minute doesn't? Yeah, we'll have to look into that. That could be maybe something we can look into. But look at this 1 minute setup 5 here, right? This close above. We'll have to experiment where stop loss, range stop loss we probably have to run. It's fun to guess trades and be right, but it's much better to have a real plan. Agreed. Agreed. I would love to see this 5 minute close bullish, next one close above, and that's it, man. It's go time, brother. It's go time. Been waiting all morning. It's go time. March Madness. German PNI in 8 minutes? No problem. That's my volume. Let me double check. German PMI 1255. Man, it's already 1255, man. It's a long stream, this. Shit, man. This is gonna ruin it, isn't it? Fuck's sake. It's alright. Next, the candle closing above will be PMI, so we'll be okay. So you're saying on PipLabs, we take trades on past charts and it saves, it will give us all the stats, right? Is there no code we have to give, right, for strategy? Yeah, name your strategy, right? On PipLabs, at least name your strategy. So when you log, I can log in and show you. I'll log in and show you how that looks. Don't worry. Just because you're interested. While we wait for DAX here. So when you have an account, it looks like this. You'll have a dashboard, right? So you'll have your simulations and your simulation will be named whatever you want to name it, okay? Once you have this simulation, you will be able to see all the stats of this simulation. You see your PNL, your BE trades, your average trade duration, your trade loss percentage, losing days, break-even days, average losing days. So this all your stats. But when you start a simulation, you also will name the strategy. So whatever you name the strategy, and you can see all of the stats about that strategy. Okay. So if you go to let's say you go to start a simulation, so you go simulator. On the paid version, you will also have the option to open a prop firm simulation. So you can practice passing a prop firm challenge. I'll show you how that looks. But here you can choose the name, right? You can choose the name of your strategy. When you press start, this is how the prop firm simulator looks like. You can choose what's your max drawdown of your prop firm. You can choose what's your target for phase 1, 10%, target for phase 2, 5%, max daily drawdown, max drawdown 5%, max loss 10%. You press start, it will start your prop firm challenge, and you see if you can actually pass it. If you can't pass it on this, then I doubt you pass it real life without luck. I'm waiting 5 more minutes on stream. That's it. Otherwise, I'm taking trades later with the guys. Taking it in the exclusives because we're already over streaming. Been on too long. Voice is about to go. I actually will take this with the guys in this. So I'm going to tell you the plan. So if you're listening to the plan, listen to the plan. Buys above here, very simple. Get a close above here. I'm looking for buys. And that's it. Sells below here would be better. These counter trend sells, we're going to see with PMI. I don't want to sell into a 15-minute support right now. Not really the plan I want. But below it, yes, maybe. With gold here, we're popping up. So we're going to see what gold does for NY. GJ at the moment is just slowly making its way down, but we're sitting at support. We're sitting at support. We're going to see. GJ could open up the ranges, start to come to the bottom of the range. But my focus for now is on DAX. We're going to see what happens. Okay, guys? So I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Appreciate you showing up. You know the plan. It's coming a bit late, the moves, it seems. You just have to stay patient. We avoided 2 losses today, which I prefer to avoid 2 losses than have taken the 2 losses. Would have been shitty to start my month with 2 losses. But even if that happened, I wouldn't mind because I followed my plan. So the reason why I avoided the losses today is because I followed my plan. So understand that. I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's stream. Be sure to show up early so that you can see the plan. And hopefully we get a trade early so I don't have to sit here waiting on my ass all freaking day to get these fucking charts to move properly. So appreciate you all. Take care. Trade sharp. Hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace.